Coming up on the Sports Desk, Torrance baseball gets another walk-off win. Softball hits the South Bay big time for the annual Torrance National Tournament. And the YMCA makes recess a whole new ball game for these elementary school kids. We've got the who, what, where, when, and how. Let's get things started right now. Hey guys, welcome to the Sports Desk, your one source for all things Torrance sports. I am your host, Lesley Robbins. For the next half hour or so, sit back and kick back as we give you a gateway to the brightest sports stars and hottest sports spots in Torrance. Before we get to the good stuff, we want to hear from you. Here are the social media stats. I'm at Lesley Mia. The show is at the Sports Desk TV. Find us, tag us, follow me. Our program is also on Facebook. We've got email. All the details are right there on the screen. Tell us what's going on and what we need to know, because when it comes down to it, this show is all about you. Now let's get you in the know with some numbers. How about how Torrance High Baseball just got its third walk-off win of the season? Check out this home video Coach Terry Dewan sent me illustrating the sheer joy coming from the fans. Everyone went completely nuts over what they witnessed as the Tartars rallied to grab the win over Palos Verdes 5-4. We were at Torrance High for all the action as well, and here is how it unfolded. Torrance trailed PV 3-1 early, but took the lead in the fifth inning on an RBI hit by senior baseman Jonathan Chang. PV tied it up at 4 in the top of the seventh. With 2 outs in the bottom of the seventh, freshman second baseman Angel Gonzalez smacked a line drive into left center for the game winner for the Tartars. It was the third walk-off win for Torrance this season. 2 of our other local teams also hit the baseball field against each other. It was Bishop Montgomery versus South on the Spartans' home turf, but home field could not help them as the Knights took the win in a big way, 12-5. And from the big kids doing their thing at the high school level to the little ones who no doubt look up to them, check out what happens when the YMCA and the adorable kids of Torrance Elementary collide. Beware of fun.
Ready, go. Go, 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 go. No, you don't have to fight for the ball. You guys are on the same team. Run. You got to run.
So this is our PLAY program. PLAY stands for Physical Learning Activities for Youth, and it's a YMCA physical education alternative that we run at elementary schools all across the country and in more than 50 elementary schools across the greater Los Angeles area. In Torrance specifically, we're at 12 schools. So throughout the year, we have the kids cover a wide range of activities, and we try to mix it up just to keep it fun and interesting and engaging for them. And so some weeks they'll be doing playground games like handball and foursquare, right, that tie into recess. Sometimes they're doing team sports like traditional sports, soccer, basketball, that type of stuff. Other times they're doing cooperative games like freeze tag, team tag games, capture the flag, that sort of stuff. And then sometimes it looks more like traditional PE, and it's obstacle courses and running games and relay races and things like that. So we're currently serving a bit over 5,000 kids in the Torrance Unified School District, which is really exciting for us because this is the first year of the program here. We have a team of around 12 coaches that are working at two or three schools a day throughout the week, every week. And so today here at Torrance Elementary School, we have 6 coaches because there are 6 classes in each, there are 3 classes in each grade level, and the kids come out 2 grade levels at a time, so we have 1 dedicated coach for each classroom. We loop grades throughout the day, so this program's going on from the beginning of the school day till the end of the school day, 5 days a week. It's busy and it's exciting. The great thing about being in the schools week in, week out is we get to see the impact on the kids in the school communities. We get to see the kids become more fit and active, and most importantly, in my opinion, we get to see kids build their conflict resolution skills and grow their appreciation for playing and for games. And that shows when, at the beginning of the year compared to the end of the year, or at the end of the year compared to the beginning of the year. We have more kids participating during recess, more kids that are confident enough to get in there and play games and mix in with their friends. The YMCA usually works with the schools or the school district or the PTA for each school to set up the program. So if parents are interested in having YMCA play at their school, they should reach out to the PTA for their school, and we can, work with them that way. They're always welcome to call our facility also on Sepulveda.
It was fun because we usually run and play and do jumping jacks and get a lot of exercise out, so we'll be ready to learn.
My favorite part was exercising and doing an obstacle course, because you work out your muscles and you get good agility and you're able to run faster. My favorite activity is math. We do it every week on Wednesdays. I'm gonna give it a 5 stars because it's a really fun place.
They sometimes let us play football, sometimes soccer. I've done it for a long time, and it's just really easy because they show us too. We did running, and then we did an obstacle. So what we have to do is you have to run, do jump, and then stop, do 5 jumping jacks, and then run and get a ball, and then hit a cone with it. And then after you hit a cone, you have to run, throw a football, and then go run through hula hoops, and then do a high five to your partner, and then they do it all over. Shout out to the YMCA because they do a great job.
In softball, South's pitching could not hold down Westlake in the Torrance National Tournament championship game. Yes, the Spartans lost a close race in the finals 6-5. Also taking a runner-up spot, Torrance won the consolation championship with a 7-3 win over Palos Verdes. These games were a part of the 8th annual TNT, which went down all around the South Bay. Tons of teams were on board, like South, Torrance, and West, plus other schools in the South Bay like Banning, Carson, El Segundo, Mira Costa, Palos Verdes, Redondo, and San Pedro. 20 other SoCal schools were in the mix, plus 5 out-of-state teams from Nevada and Texas. South was on fire early on. The Spartans scored 5 runs in the first inning and survived a 6-inning rally by the Pirates to advance to the semis 5-3. South managed to claim the last spot in the quarterfinals with a 5-1 win over Lucerna. Before that, they beat Capo Valley 9-8. Torrance had impressive scores throughout too. They beat Adelanto 10-1 and then took the W versus El Rancho 10-4. All of that helped put them in the consolation bracket semifinals against Basic out of Nevada. West Softball, your 2018 CIF Southern Section champion, split their day one. Here's Megan Subata with a liner to right, helping to grab the W in Game 1, 7-4 against Mira Costa. In Game 2 that day, West lost to Banning 7-3. For their next game, West won 9-2 versus Frontier. The last South Bay team to win the tournament was North in 2014-2015, while Orange Lutheran took the top spot last year. Okay, coming up on the Sports Desk, March Madness has taken over the country, but here in Torrance, we've got the South Bay All-Star Game. Stay tuned.
Good.
I don't remember how it started.
Throw it to that.
Oh boy.
We just found it. Our back and forth. Victory. Fumble. Repeat. It always came back. You made time.
That was perfect.
Okay, here we go, throw it.
Yeah.
You probably don't remember what you told me.
Nice.
But I heard every word.
Welcome back to the Sports Desk. Lesley Robbins here. Across the country, basketball fans are in full-on March Madness mode, while here in Torrance, folks get excited about another basketball tradition too, the annual South Bay Athletic Club All-Star Games. The top senior basketball players in the South Bay recently gathered at West for the big night. Both the girls and boys teams, who were each broken into blue and red teams, had three-point shooting contests plus games on the agenda. The girls' game was good and close. The blue team won 77-76. The boys' game was pretty solid too. Red beat blue 116-104. Each red and blue team had two coaches each, and you'll recognize some of the names. Wes Russell Payne was one of the coaches for the boys' red team, while on the girls' side, Bishop's Noel Quinn and Wes Riki Murakami coached the blue team. As for the rosters, amongst all the boys playing, our town was well represented with Bishop's Gianni Hunt, Will Crawford, and Nick Schrader, North's Marcus Carter, and South's Nick Bjorkland. On the red team, we had West Alex Misha, Torrance's Abdul Ahmad, Bishop's Josh Vasquez, and West Connor Ashida. As for the girls, we had on blue North's Jessica Mirabayashi, West Elisa Saito, Bishop's Kayla Padilla, and South's Maddie Tamashiro. While on the red squad, we had South's Maddie Nolan, Bishop's Kayla Williams, and Rebecca Juliffs. Okay, enough small talk. Let's get you some highlights from our gals. First, rocking it out on the hardwood. Bishop's Kayla Williams with the 3, red 34, blue 31. That was with about 3 left in the second. Nearing the end of the second, Kayla Padilla dances her way to the basket for a slick 2. Later on, Williams gets set up beautifully to land this shot, red 44, blue 33. Check out this one. Padilla snaps a beauty right into the hands of Redondo's Dylan Horton. Blue 57, red 54, with about 4 left in the third. Then fast forward to this ridiculousness. Padilla extends the hands and turns that theft into the eventual game-winning layup. With less than 40 seconds left in the game, the Blue All-Stars were able to run out the final 13-ish seconds to get the 77-76 victory. As for the boys and their gems, Bishop's Will Crawford drills this money shot early in the second, blue 27, red 26. In the third, his PV teammate sets up the left lane fill of Nick Bjorkland for the punch, blue 75, red 63. And leave it to West Connor Ashida to put a cap on this one, knocking down this beaut, red 116, blue 104.
It's definitely like a trip down memory lane. I know some of these guys from like 4th grade, 5th grade, middle school and all that, so it was really nice.
Take your mark. From the hardwood to the pool, we were a fly on the wall or in the air as North's aquatic team hosted Beverly Hills at the stunning Torrance Aquatic Center. This squad first caught my attention on social media as they are really good at keeping fans and press aware of their team and all of the team's happenings. It was really cool to see them up close and personal in the pool working so hard. We'll have more with these awesome swimmers on future episodes, so stay tuned. Okay, coming up, some amazing South Bay athletes are heading to the Special Olympics World Games, and we are going behind the scenes of their training. You will not want to miss this.
When I was in high school, I was physically at school, but my mind wasn't at school. I had problems at home, and that's hard when you feel like you're doing it alone. That's when I met our niece, my mom, as I'll call her. She started helping me a little bit, like, Nia, I don't know what you're doing with your life, but your future is more important. She's my strength. Just being a support for those hard days and those hard nights, not giving up on me. Thank you to my mama. I wouldn't have did this if it wasn't for her. Today is for my mama and everybody who had my back. It takes a village to help somebody get their diploma. Some people would think, well, maybe it's really not that big of a deal, but it really is. It changes your whole life.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
You taught him how to hit a baseball, how to hit a receiver, the strike zone, the net. You taught him how to hit the upper corner. You even taught him how to hit the open man. But how much time have you spent teaching him what not to hit?
Welcome back to the Sports Desk. Lesley Robbins here. I would like to reflect a bit on what's happening in the college athletic world with the college admission scandal that has rocked the nation, aptly called Varsity Blues. It's the largest college admissions scam ever prosecuted. Being surrounded by student athletes and their stories every day at the Sports Desk, I couldn't help but think about the Torrance student athletes. A bit of backstory on the news itself and why I think it's relevant here on the show. There were essentially two kinds of fraud that this one mastermind named Rick Singer was allegedly selling. One was to cheat on the SAT or ACT by having others take the exam in place of the named students. The other was to use his connections with Division I coaches, bribe them to get these kids into school with fake athletic credentials, like superimposing the face of a named student onto stock photos of actual athletes. But how it affects student athletes, like our Torrance athletes, is what I think about. For every student admitted through fraud, an honest, genuinely talented student may have been rejected from these prestigious schools. As a parent myself, I know I would do anything for my child. Anything is a strong word though, right? And right now, no children in this scandal are being prosecuted. So for now, it's on those adults. Whatever their reasons were, for every parent taking the unlawful road, there are millions of parents standing by their kids the honorable way. My team and I see it every day in Torrance, on our fields, our courts, in our pools. And for all the hardworking Torrance student athletes I watch and report on a daily basis, I am really happy about that. So kids, parents, keep doing what you're doing and fight the fight. There is good in the world. Like this next story, speaking of athletes who work very hard, 6 very special athletes from Southern California, including Torrance's very own swimmer, Johnny Pierce, plus golfer Faith Demos, have been selected to compete in the 2019 World Games, which we reported on a couple of months ago. Well, their journey started at the University of Delaware, my undergrad alma mater actually, the site of the Special Olympics USA training camp. These are some of the highlights from that week as the athletes began to prepare for the World Games.
Anytime that you can represent your country, and obviously in this case, Special Olympics USA, it's the most amazing feeling to be able to, with pride, to wear the USA on your shirt.
Walk across the ocean, I will walk on, push on when the strength's gone, I will push on, let everyone say it can't be done, I will overcome.
I never thought it would be me, because it's only something that I've dreamed about, and I was like, how cool would that be if it could be me one day, and just like wishing and dreaming that no, it's not gonna come true. Then if I finally did, and my mouth just kind of dropped when my mom told me. And as it got closer to this week, it was just like, this is actually real, right? I'm not just dreaming this.
Beautiful stuff right there. And that is going to do it for today's show. Really looking forward to seeing you back next week. In the meantime, be sure to stay in touch on social media, Twitter, Instagram. I'm at Lesley Mia. The show is at the SportsDesk TV. Tag us, find us on Facebook, send us an email. Keep in touch and take us behind your scenes. For everyone here at the Sports Desk, I'm Lesley Robbins. Thanks for watching.